Val, you're on the home straight of your campaigning for police commissioner. In the 6 months, what are the 2 or 3 main issues that have come up time and time again across the county?
If I think going right across the county, from sort of Clacton up to Colchester, across and down obviously into Thurrock, one of the main things that comes up every single time is antisocial behaviour. It really is. It's right across the spectrum. And you know, other things that are coming up that people are talking about, obviously the spin-off for that is knife crime. We've had obviously the very sad recent cases of violence against women and girls and domestic violence, and the recent IPCC reports that have come out. So there's lots and lots of things that, you know, at the hustings you tend to get very similar questions. Antisocial behaviour, road safety has sprung up a couple of times, and actually I think people want to understand about a police presence. Nighttime economy is something that does come up, has been spoken about in Chelmsford, Southend, Colchester. And you know, people just want to understand that, you know, they understand that there's huge cuts going there, and you know, the cuts we know are too deep and far too far, but you know, they want to see that they've got a police presence, that there is a response when they ring, there is a reason to report crime. Crime statistics, you know, that people say they're going down, but I would challenge that by saying that I think most people that want to report crime think, what's the point?
And when you talk about crime statistics or recorded crime going down, shops don't boast of less people coming into their shops, do they? So is it a case really that less people are simply walking into police stations or ringing 101 because they have lost faith in that product called the police service?
I think they've lost faith not in the police, because I think they've lost faith in the response from the police. And you know that you can ring up, this has happened, you might get someone turn up 4 or 5 days later, you might get a phone call, and people don't want that. Every person that has a crime committed on them or to their property is a victim, and every victim wants to have their voice, and it's important. And it's important to actually get, and to be truthful, if we're actually not recording all of the crime that is actually happening, we're missing a trick. Because it could be, for instance, someone has their phone taken, 6, 7 people have their phone taken in the same area. There's a trend there, and that needs to be addressed.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, you take something like, and we won't go into the details, for example, the tragic deaths over in Harlow, in Barmead.
Yep.
Very, very complicated complicated investigations, and policing has to be very, very sophisticated these
Absolutely. You know, and to be honest, you know, I have learned so much about policing, about the different communities across Essex, and I've really enjoyed going down and meeting the different communities. But if we talk about Barmead, doesn't that just scream that the police have lost the community links? You know, because there's just nothing coming through. We've got to get victims at the heart. We've got to get the police back in the community, so we get that intelligence going back, so everybody feels protected and safe in their own dwelling.
Yourself and your other